Hi, this is Abby Cahn Anton, and today I'm going to be preparing some Irish moss. So right now we're going to watch step one of preparing the Irish moss. I'm going to take a small quantity. Oh, let's see what comes out of here. This looks good. Got this much. And as you can see, it's very salty. I'm just going to place it in some nice clean water. Rinse it. There's going to be a lot of sediment that comes off of here, so I'm just going to soak it for a while, and then I'm going to come back and let it and run it through the colander and rinse it and soak it overnight. About 5 minutes or so have elapsed, and I've just been kind of going through it and cleaning it a little with my hands, massaging it a little bit. So now what I want to do is I just want to take the seaweed out. I don't want to pour the water out with the seaweed in it because all this debris has settled to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift out the seaweed, put it in a sieve. Now I'm going to pour the water out from here. You can see it's pretty dirty, just salty, and see there's lots of sand in there. I'm just going to rinse this out, get most of the sand out. And just so you know, this is really well filtered water. I would only use good clean water to do this. And then I'm just going to put the seaweed back in, and I'm going to let it soak overnight now, and it's going to plump up. We'll come back tomorrow and go to the next step. We're back. So it's been about 24 hours or so, and I've got my soaked Irish moss here. Look how much it's plumped up. That looks pretty amazing. Wow. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out and just let it drain a little bit. So we'll put the colander in the sink. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the moss out so that if there is any sediment, it's going to stay at the bottom. We've got a lot. We'd probably ultimately start with less to begin with. So the reason I make this is because it's a great thickener. And I'm going to be making some raw apple pie, which is actually more like applesauce pie, coming up in the near future. And I know I'm going to want to put some Irish moss in. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to let that drain there, and I'm just going to pour this off. Just leave that there. And now actually I'll put this here and bring it back up here to use. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, after I dry my hands, I'm going to put some of this in the blender. Hey, okay, so my SD card got full. We got interrupted there, but I poured off that batch already. I'm going to make another one and show the full thing. So these ice cube trays, each of these individual cubes are about 2 tablespoons worth. And what I like to do is pour the finished Irish moss gel into the cube trays, put them in the freezer for a while, let them harden up, and then I pop them out and store them in a container in the freezer so I can use them individually, and they're all measured out, and it keeps for a long time because I don't use it that often, but it's nice to be able to make a big batch. Okay, so we're going to make another batch here real quick. And this time I'm going to make a little more. I'll go for the whole thing and see how that goes. I'm going to try filling it about halfway with water. And then we will blend it. Again, we're going to start on slow and then we will slowly turn it up. We're going to call that good. And now I will pour it into the rest of the ice cube trays. Can you give me a close-up here? And alternately, if you want to just put this in a glass jar in the fridge, you can do that too, depending on how quickly you're going to use it up, especially if you're making a smaller batch than what I'm making here. So again, this is a great thickener for smoothies, for cakes and pies, anything where on a more standard American diet, so to speak, you might use cornstarch or tapioca or something like that to thicken something. This is a great raw, healthy alternative. Alright, we're going to call this good for now. I don't think you have to watch me fill up all these trays. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. It's been Abby Cahn Anton. See you again soon. Bye.